welcome back to Popping the Popcorn. I'm your host, Katie, and tonight's a very special Creators Corner with my good friend Patrick Ferris, who is the owner and operator and everything for Ferris Media, and he's a really good friend. So I hope you guys enjoy the show, and if there's any questions you guys would like to ask him, go ahead and ask him anything you guys would like. So let's bring on Patrick. How you doing, Patrick?
Hey, Katie, what's going on? How are you? Hi, everybody. Thanks for joining me.
I'm
This is
doing
great.
good. Long time no see after last night, right?
Oh, right. Exactly.
Or actually, I've seen you for 3 days. The past 3 days, actually.
3 days in a row. I know. It's cool.
It's good to see you, my friend.
I can see a bunch of my friends in here on the little comment side.
Oh, awesome. So we can see who's in the chat real quick, and then we can get into it. Hi, Russell. Thank you for joining. Hi, Val. Welcome in.
Val.
The general's in the chat, so y'all need to behave.
I see Trent Cameraman in the chat. Trent and I have known each other for 30 years.
Oh, nice. Hi, Trent. Welcome in.
Yeah, there he is.
Sorry, we were talking backstage and just getting ready for the show, so sorry. Anybody can ask any questions, anything. Hey, TJ, that's my good friend TJ. I know him in real life, actually.
Great.
Back in the day, promotion matters more than it does today.
That's Trent giving us trouble for being a couple minutes late.
Right? It's all good, everybody. And Val saying, good evening, Patrick. Thank you for joining.
Absolutely. And Val, thanks for modding.
Yes, thank you. Hey, Patrick. Here goes another Patrick.
Hey, Patrick. How are you? That's Patrick from Just Go Outside, who's on my my TikTok lives with us when we're on with That Boomer Daddy. That's cool.
Yes. And you guys, so if you guys want to follow Patrick on TikTok, if you guys own TikTok, it is in the description, and Val also has the link, so people can go follow you right on there as well.
Right.
So that's good. So how was your day? Was your day good?
My day was great. My day was really fantastic. You know, it's I own this influencer marketing agency called Ferris Media, and I've had it for like a little over 10 years. And when clients are now starting to call and say, hey, you know that budget that we did last year? We want to triple it this coming year. And you go, okay. So the whole influencer marketing space has just grown crazy. Kenny, what's up?
Hey, Eric. Hey, Eric. Two boys and their scary pops. And hey, Kenny, how you doing?
Nice.
All right. So, so I have some questions already geared up, but
okay. All right.
But we can also go off as well. So, how long have you been working with content creators and influencers?
Since 2013, so a little over 10 years. Yeah, it's been great.
That's awesome. And do you feel like they give you something versus you giving them stuff?
Absolutely. You know, you got to kind of go back and think, where did these influencers and creators come from? And you know, you got to go all the way back to when the internet first came out, which I remember. and everybody was posting on message boards on the World Wide Web at that time. And then people turned into bloggers, and they became influencers, and they became creators. And now everybody's part of the what are they calling it now? The attention economy. So
right.
I learned a whole bunch of new words. No, seriously. On top of that, you know, we're constantly reinventing ourselves. I think we all are, and that's something I've learned a lot from influencers. Is that the content and creators, influencers, creators. We'll use the same word. I think that, you know, you learn a lot about marketing, about social media, about technology, about products. It's really eye-opening to see people's different perspectives on products and events and those kinds of things. It really opens up your eyes.
That's awesome. And
yeah.
And do you like working with the people you work with?
Yeah, I do.
Yes, he does. Yes, he does.
Thank
She
you,
has
Kat.
cousins.
That's so sweet of you to say, buddy. I appreciate it. Yeah, I really do. You know, Trent, who's on here,
Mhm.
Trent is an amazing director of photography for television and stuff. And he and I have been working together since 1990.
Oh,
Um,
wow.
yeah, and we've become really good friends over the years. And I think that making friends at work is an awesome thing. If you can have
Right,
that kind of ecosystem and everybody really respects each other and you like working together, you're going to do great work together. You know,
right.
I think that's
And
a
the funny thing was I was just, like, on TikTok, just, like, scrolling through, and how I met you was, like, about 2 months ago, I think it was, and I
Mhm.
was just, like, scrolling through TikTok, and you were, like, listening to music, hanging out, and I was like, "Who's this guy?"
Who is this clown? No,
No.
we've met some really, really nice people. I think that you know that boomer daddy started off as kind of a dare by my kids, um,
Mhm.
and it has become a really neat community that's comprised of everybody from all walks of life and ages. You know, I have followers from
Mhm.
18 to 74 years old. It's pretty
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Why do you, why does a full service influencing agency I probably wrote that
Ah,
wrong, but
I
that's
think
okay.
that's probably let's. Why did you probably start a full service influencer?
Yeah, that's what it was, I wrote it in wrong, my bad.
Yeah. You know, I wanted it to be full service because a lot of I think a lot of people have become more educated over the last 10 years, but I wanted the agency to be full service because um, people are busy, right? It's sort of
Mhm.
like I go to my attorney to get legal advice, I go to my doctor to get doctor advice. And if I want to do influencer marketing, do I think I can do it myself? Well, yeah, I think pretty much anybody can do it themselves. But it's, you know, when you get deep into the details and how to write a great strategy and how to find influencers and how to qualify them and make sure that they're actually good for the campaign and their audience is good for the campaign. I didn't see that happening. You know, every brand and agency that I talked to, there just didn't seem to be um, a lot of detail. And I went, I think I can do this better than most. And so that was my big thing. I wanted it to be full service. So that's what Ferris Media is today.
That's awesome.
Hey,
There goes your Instagram. I
huh,
had them put that in there.
thank you. Thank you.
Well, um, and, do you, you must love your job because you get to work with all kinds of influencers and stuff like that, so and you seem like a nice person I would, to work with.
I think I'm a nice guy. I try to be. Uh, yeah, it's, you know, I think you have to love what you do or you'll
Mhm.
just do good enough, right?
Right.
Like in college, I hear college people say sometimes, or even, you know, when I was in college, you know, C's gets degrees. Yeah, but it's your average. And if you want to be average, that's cool. There's nothing wrong with being average. But that's never
Right.
really been me. I've sort of been that kind of overachiever. And that's the kind of people I like to hang out with too, is people are just like driven by uh,
Mhm.
the accomplishment. You know, it's like, oh my gosh, this is so great. We
Mhm.
did so good together. And it's that last word when you can say we did so good together. That's the great team
Right.
thing about this. You know?
Mhm. What have you learned from working with creators and influencers?
Oh boy, that's a fantastic question. Patience.
Right?
um, let's see. So I think that working with creators and influencers, like I said, it opens your mind to different perspectives of different things because you can say, you know, here's my iPhone, and somebody saw a black rim around it. Somebody saw an apple in the middle of what I held. Somebody looked at it and said, wow, that's a really cool metallic look. Somebody said, wow, your ring light reflected on it. Everybody sees things a different way. And
Mhm.
it's it's it just opens your mind, and that's what I really
Mhm.
like about working with influencers. And I think the other thing too is um, uh, you meet a lot of really cool people, like in their own
Mhm.
right. They're really cool and interesting, and you get a lot of different perspectives. You know, it's sort of like Katie. You know, you and I started this thing on one of my TikTok lives on that Boomer Daddy, where
Mhm.
I said, okay, everybody go out today and do something really nice for someone else. You remember when we did
Right.
that?
Yeah.
And I got so many DMs from people that said,
Mhm.
I went and gave somebody my shoes who didn't have shoes. I went and bought somebody lunch. And I'm just going,
Mhm.
oh my gosh, we have so much influence that we can
Mhm.
motivate people to do good things instead of bad things. And
Right.
that's what I think this whole thing is about. It's just like I said last night on my TikTok live that hang on, I'm going to read that in a second. Hang on, two boys. I'm going to read that in a sec. Um, is that if you let's see, we're talking about motivating people, and then I lost my train of thought because I read that. Oh my
It's all
gosh.
good.
Let me look at this. Technological advances make information available to grab our attention for sure. Right?
Mhm.
Yes, to grab our attention. And then ideally, in advertising terms, we talk about engaging with that information,
Mhm.
the way that we use it, right? Can we use it to do good or
Mhm.
to do smart if one does smart, right?
Right.
Great
And
comment.
then here goes, if you guys want to reach out to Patrick, here is his website, and he would be happy to talk to you and
Sure.
everything on there
The
if
new
you guys wanna work with him.
out next week. That website right there, which is fine. There's a couple of things to look at. That's when we were a full service marketing agency, and I have sold off all the parts so we could focus solely on influencer marketing because the industry is supposed to
Mhm.
triple in size. Let's see, one, two, three, quadruple in size in the next 6 years.
Oh,
So
wow.
that's a big deal.
Mhm.
There's another thing too is if you are an
Thank
influencer
you.
or a creator and you're looking for gigs, go to Ferris Media and click on the influencer link and enroll in the network. We have lots of work for people to do, like all the time. So it's pretty cool.
Mhm. And then Val has something for you.
Val,
What
great.
advice would you give someone just starting out?
Okay. Just starting. Wait. So Val, real quick, is that just starting out as an influencer or just starting out in business? Because I want to
Alright,
make sure.
we'll wait for her to answer. That's that I'm hiring Patrick.
Come on out.
Well, hey, he could maybe get you some, 'cause you always do hiking videos and out and about videos, so maybe he could link you to, protein bars or something.
Well, hey, Patrick, is it okay if I plug Just Go Outside? I want
Yeah, of
to.
course.
Is it okay?
Yeah.
So Patrick and I met on my TikTok, and Patrick is Just Go Outside, and he's got an amazing Facebook group. It's called Just Go Outside, and it's there for you to take in nature, and sort of. I sort of looked at it as go outside, but also get outside your head too, right? So many people have
Mhm.
anxiety and depression and stuff like that. It's really cool to look at the
Let me
beautiful
see.
video
Let
and
me go see if I can find his TikTok real quick, and I can put it in the chat.
oh, good, great. Yeah, it's awesome.
Um, so Val says as an influencer.
As an influencer. Okay. The first thing that I would do is define what kind of influencer you want to be. Like, I remember when I first started off in this business and influencers were saying, that's my brand, that's my brand. And I'm going, you're not a brand. I can't put you in a jar and put you on a shelf and sell you. But then again, I started thinking about it. I went,
Uh-oh,
uh-huh.
Patrick just froze.
Oh,
So give us a minute. You froze, so we didn't hear you.
am I back?
Yeah, you're back.
Cool. So getting back to Val's question, starting off as an influencer, what should you do? And I was saying, you know, decide who you want to be as an influencer, because the more narrow focused you are, the better off you are if you want to get paid for what you do. And it's funny. Everybody used to say, "Oh, well, I'm making my brand," and I used to go, "You're not a consumer product. I can't put you in a jar and put you on a shelf and sell you." But in effect, that's really what we're doing, right? Is creating our own brand. And so if you look and say, I want to post content about, I don't know, skincare, then the majority of your posts should be about skincare. But I think you have to look at it and have that content be informational, helpful, and entertaining. And then if you do want to create that content so that people will ultimately consider hiring you, there's a whole bunch of places to go get hired. And I can tell you about that in a minute. Let's see. Oh, good. That's Just Go Outside's TikTok. That's great.
That's his TikTok. Because I'm not on his Facebook group, so I can't.
Got it.
Unless he messages me his Facebook group on TikTok, I could do it that way.
Okay.
And then Kenny's asking, what does hiring Patrick look like?
It looks good. No. Brands come to me to say, hey, Patrick, we have this product we would like influencers to promote, obviously to create awareness or create a positive opinion or to drive purchase consideration, those kinds of things. So we have thousands and thousands of influencers in our database. Plus we have a database of influencer stringers across the country. So if I need to find influencers in, I don't know, Des Moines, Iowa, I can go into the network that we own and ask them to refer other influencers over. It's kind of a unique sort of special sauce for us. So brands hire us, and then we find the influencers, we recommend the influencers. Well, I guess we should really say that we qualify them first. We'll talk about how to be qualified as an influencer in a sec. We make recommendations, and then we give influencers some guidance on the kind of content that we're looking for. Then we let them go create the content that they do in their own voice. Come back, make sure that things like, that they're legal and they're not making false claims and they have sponsored content disclosure requirements from the FTC, all those little tiny details. And then influencers post, people talk about it and engage and click through and buy e-commerce products and retail store products and all that kind of stuff. And then we write very, very comprehensive results reports to show how the campaign worked and make recommendations of, based on performance. We make recommendations to clients about kinds of influencers or even specific influencers they should work with in the future. So clients pay us, we pay influencers, and it's a happy ecosystem.
Mm-hmm. And then Two Boys said, today we watched a movie with ads or listening to music with ads or pay to remove them as firms understand the security of our attention for sure.
Yeah, that's a great observation. Was there a question in there? Today we can watch movies with ads. Okay, great. I think I know where you're headed with this. When we are sitting in front of a television, a device, and our attention is focused there, when you have commercials that come to you, like in the TV, you can't control it, right? You can't fast forward through it. You get up, you go get some ice cream, one of my favorite things, or you go to the restroom, or whatever it is, you go run that errand and you come back while the commercials were playing. And those commercials that come to you, or you sit there and you watch it because you're genuinely interested. The commercials that come to you, you can't control, right? So the whole audience is there, and some of that audience might be what we refer to as wasted media spend, meaning the brand spent $100,000 to buy that commercial, but only half of the audience was relevant. So half of those dollars is wasted media dollars. But think about an influencer, for example. Nobody shoved that influencer in front of you. You went there to go look at the content they had because you follow them, and you follow them because you relate to the content that they created and you trust them and you feel like you want to hang out with them. That's the power of an influencer, is someone went there to see you. Nobody shoved them in front of you. And that trust is what builds engagement, likes, comments, shares, video views, click-throughs, those kinds of things. So it's a really unique model, and it's probably why it has grown so quickly and has this hockey stick potential over the next 5-6 years.
Right. Oh, you're welcome, Patrick. Anytime, my friend.
Sure, dude.
Yeah, anytime. Anytime I can shout out my friends, I love shouting them out. So anytime. I just don't know like I said, I just don't know your Facebook group. So how did you come up with your TikTok boomer daddy? How did that come about? I already know, but let them know.
I was hanging out with my kids during Christmas time. And this was a couple of years ago. And I'm a jokester. I mean, I like to have fun. And the kid said, "Oh my God, Dad, you should do a TikTok video on it." And I knew about TikTok because of all the influencers we work with.
Hey, Jason.
What was that? Did I
I
freeze?
said, "Hey, Jason."
Okay.
He popped in the
Sorry
chat.
about that. Hey, Jason. So so they said you should do something. Well, it was snowing outside, and there was this thing that Jimmy Kimmel used to do, where he would roll out on the like literally roll in the street or roll down the hallway like he was tumbleweed. And I said, "Wow, wouldn't it be funny if I went outside and rolled in the snow?" And that was it. And the kids went, "Yeah, that's so cringy. You got to do it, Dad." And so of course I did it, and posted it to a TikTok. The way I think at the time I just put my name on it and put it up there, and it got like 1,000 views in like 4 seconds. Because not that long, but faster. No. But anyway, so I did it. And I went, "Wait, what is this about? This is crazy." So we were talking the next morning. They said, "Dad, you should start a TikTok channel. What would you call it?" And I went, I don't know. Like, I have no clue. And I went, "Well, I'm one of few boomers on TikTok. And I really am a boomer. I'm not a Gen Xer." And I went, "Well, it's got to have the boomer in the name." And then my daughter said, "Dad." I went, "Oh, well, how about like Dad Boomer or Boomer Dad?" I went, "Ooh, what about Boomer Daddy?" And somebody owned Boomer Daddy. It was like somebody's got like 6 followers. And I went, "Well, when people talk, they go, no, that Boomer Daddy guy."
Mm-hmm.
I went, "I'm just going to call it that Boomer Daddy. It'd be kind of fun." So that was cool. And I went, "All right, well, that's great. I'm going to do that. That'll be fun." And then I went and I noticed that nobody else had that Boomer Daddy on any channel. So I went and got it on every channel I could think of. And then one of the people who works with us called me one morning. They said, "Do you know what daddy means?" And I went, "I'm a dad. I mean, I am a dad." And they went, No. Go put it into Urban Dictionary and see what it means." And I put it in and I went, "Oh, no, really?" And I went, "Okay, that's probably why I'm getting all of these people following me who are scantily clad fans only TikTokers." And I went, "Okay, well, you know what? I'll go with it because it's actually kind of a funny name." And
Right.
eventually, when I got up over 1,000 followers, I deleted like 500, seriously, a little over 500 people who were fans only people and not nice people and divisive people and all that kind of stuff. And actually did a post about that. I said, "Hey, look, I deleted everybody who did this." And I immediately got another, like, whatever it was, 800 followers in the next week or two. And none of them were these kind of I don't want to say not desirable. People have their own lifestyles and it's cool and I respect that. But people that I'd want to hang out with. So
Right. Yeah, it's always fun over there if you guys want to go every Wednesday at what is it? 6
6
p.m. Mountain Time.
Pacific time, 6 p.m. Pacific time. Yeah.
If y'all want to, I always get those time zones mixed up. Yeah, if y'all want to come over there, I'm always over there hanging out, listening to music and just having a good old time over there.
Yeah, and Katie has become my moderator too, which is great. I have a couple moderators, but Katie's the best.
Well, don't forget Killer Katie's come out a few times. I had to block people.
Well, yeah, but that's okay. We have our rules, right? Okay.
Hey, Spoiler Kings, welcome in.
Spoiler Kings, what's up? Katie's back.
And then the Spoiler Kings.
Yeah, you're right. You're right, Kenny. You're totally right, man. Yeah.
Yep.
Especially
the block split is your friend.
Up on election years. Right? The toxicity is crazy.
Yeah, it is. That's why I don't talk about that kind of stuff.
I have another fun thing I like to do on that Boomer Daddy is that when people come in, what do you call those guys that come in and just like try to disrupt everything and they're not nice and stuff like that? Trolls. And I like to convert the trolls, right? Like sometimes they'll come in and say something nasty, but you can't heckle the comedian, right? You'll always lose. But I like to convert them and go, "Hey, dude, seriously, what's going on? Why don't you come hang out with us? Like, you don't have to say bad stuff. Just be cool. And how many people have we converted? A lot. Well, right from being
Mm-hmm.
trolls over to just coming and hanging out and being friends with us. Even that
Yeah.
person the one that came on that said notification your account is going to be deleted or
Yeah.
something, and now that person comes in all the time. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Do
I
that.
remember that. You're like, "Don't block him," and I was like, "Okay." I didn't block, but I was like,
See,
"Okay."
and
You know?
Patrick at Just Go Outside just said that. That's why that's why I just go outside. Yeah, man. Take a
Mhm.
breath of fresh air.
Exactly. Do you ever have influencers give you a hard time about something they posted? Like, they're like, "I like it, but you don't," or something like that? Have you ever had that happen?
You mean when I paid them to do a post and that they said I'm not changing it?
Yeah, that sort of thing.
Yeah, the good thing is this. You know, we're paying an influencer to review, let's say, a product. And one of the things is we want to say, one of the rules is you can't make a disparaging remark about the product. If you receive the product and you genuinely don't like it, not a problem.
Mhm.
Keep the product, do what you want with it, and we'll just pull you out of the campaign and flip you in with somebody else. No problem at all. There's specific guidelines to help influencers make the kind of content that is good for them and good for a brand, because we don't want to say
Mhm.
you got to do it this way or take your photo from this angle, because that defeats the purpose. People follow these influencers for a reason, and it's part of it is their creativity. So you don't want to tell them how to do it. You just want to say something like, we'd really appreciate it if you could include 2 or 3 of the messages in this message document that we gave to you. And people do
Mhm.
that to me. I don't think we've ever had anybody come back and say, I'm not going to change anything. But I have had people say, I think maybe 3 times over the last 10 years was, I got the product, I didn't like it, or I received the product and it was broken, I can't assemble it. And
Mhm.
you know me, I'm pretty chill. It's like, okay, no problem, I'll send you another product. Or if you didn't like it, no problem at all. Go ahead and keep
Mhm.
it, and we'll put somebody else in, like I just said. So there's never a lack of influencers.
Right. There's
So
always enough of us around.
there really are. But you want to do it right.
Yeah.
It's gotta be authentic. It's gotta be genuine. It's really gotta that content has to be in that person's voice, or the message just comes across too commercial. I've seen some really cringeworthy posts. And you just go, yeah, that would never happen. So
Right.
yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's good that they don't, like, try to, like, be, like, rude about it or something. That's
Yeah,
good.
and I think one of the things that helps too is, you know, we don't like nickel and dime influencers and say, hey, we're not paying you that much, we're paying this much. We pay a really fair and generous rate. Sometimes, especially from influencer agents, we'll see these prices that are ridiculous. Like in no world could you ever defend that price. But we'll
Mhm.
go back and say, hey, look, I'm happy to show the client um, that this is how much money you want, but I can guarantee you 100% they won't pick you. People with the same
Right.
amount of followers and engagement rates and types of content they create are 1/10 the price you're asking. If you want to consider somewhere near that, great. We'll,
Mhm.
but if not, we're still going to put you in, but the client will not pick you. I'm just telling you. So,
Right.
we try to be realistic. Hey, yeah,
Ab
it's really cool to do this stuff, man. It's a lot of fun. You meet a lot of really neat people.
And then there goes your TikTok and your Instagram, and then Ken goes, "Have you learned how to professionally communicate your dislikes of a product or aspect of a product?"
Have I learned how to professionally communicate my dislike of a product or aspect of it? Yeah, Kenny, my parents and their friends used to say that I have the gift of gab. Um, there, I think it's really like for me anyway. It's really easy to tell somebody that their product seems like great, but it's not really. It doesn't really fit with my lifestyle. There's lots of ways to tell people that you don't dig their product, or the quality of their product is not terrific in a nice way. You don't have to be a jerk about it. So,
Right.
I've been doing it for a long
Um,
time. So yeah, definitely you learn how to do that stuff professionally.
And Patrick's also worked with a couple of famous people as well.
I have indeed. Yeah, I think, early on in my career, when I was a PR guy, I worked out in Palm Springs when Sonny Bono, I don't know if you guys know Sonny and Cher, when Sonny Bono was the mayor of Palm Springs. And I was the publicist for the Convention Visitors Bureau. So Sonny and I became very close friends. And so that, sort of led me into the business of ultimately starting my own PR agency. But before that, I hosted a television show on KESQ, which is the ABC affiliate in Palm Springs. And it was just like a lifestyle show, things to do and whatever in Palm Springs. It was called PS I Love You. And we'd review all kinds of events and nightclubs and restaurants and stuff like that. It was really, really fun. And then somebody saw my show, and they asked me if I wanted to go and do shows kind of all over the world, like celebrity golf and tennis classics and roadsters and that kind of stuff. So I did that for a while, and I worked with everybody. I think maybe the coolest one was probably interviewing Sean Connery, James Bond, at the Casino of Monte Carlo. So
that's really cool.
That was pretty epic. And then I worked with all kinds of rock stars and stuff like that. So
you worked with Linkin Park, which is really cool. I love Linkin Park.
I did. Great guys, super great guys. I put together their sponsorship deal with Monster Energy, who was a client of mine for many, many, many years. So and Slash from Guns N' Roses, which you guys would know.
That's awesome.
But yeah,
I was actually listening to Linkin Park on my way home from work.
Great. They have a new song. You hear the new song?
No, I haven't heard the new one.
I forget what it's called, but it's really good. It's really good.
Yeah, I can't play it on here because it's not like TikTok, and I'll get copyrighted claim, and I don't want that.
Patrick, did you see Patrick's comment? He goes, "I do have a Booger Green Subaru. I feel maybe they should be paying me." There it is.
Yeah.
Exactly. Exactly.
And like he said, it's not for me. Instead of it sucks.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Hey, Kenny, a mentor of mine, truly a mentor. I asked him for some career advice, and he said, "You know what, Pat? You have to do what you like, or you're gonna suck at it." So that's sort of been an underlying thing for me, which is, do what you like.
Awesome, Jason. You listen to pretty.
Oh, that's great. Just Jason Keto and more. Yeah.
Great. He has an awesome channel too. He shows you what stuff you could have on keto. He has a pretty cool channel.
Oh, that's cool. That's super cool.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you guys have any questions for Patrick in general on influencing or marketing or anything like that? Let me know in the comment section below. So sure. Do you think where do you think you see the influencing creators industry going in like 10 years from now? What do you think? Be like?
Well, it's almost at the point of becoming a mainstay in the advertising world. There's so many things you can do in advertising, whether it's television, radio, sort of internet, print, outdoor, online, social. You can do. There's so much experiential marketing. I think that influencer marketing has created its own box, right, in the industry, especially because it sort of overlaps into many other things as well, like experiential marketing, when you're out doing an experience, to video, like television used to be. If you look at, I study this stuff every day. I get all kinds of news about it. Even I get called by magazines like Adweek to say, "Pat, what do you think the trends are going to be?" And so I think it will continue to grow. Certainly the pundits of research say that, let's see, right now it's a $21 billion a year industry. And by 2027, so 4 years away, it's supposed to be a $69.1 billion industry. I think it'll get to 100 billion in 2030 for sure. For sure. I think if anybody ever wanted to make money from home, creating content, definitely become an influencer. you can make a bunch of money. And on top of that, you get to do what you like doing, which is making creative stuff. How do you get into influencer marketing? Super good question. So I would do this. First, start creating content in your own, open your own social channels. Most of you have them. And start creating content in there that is relevant to your followers and your lifestyle. So if you are, like, I'm a swimmer, and I have done a couple of posts about swimming. So I swim long distance, so a couple miles at a, per workout. And so I'll write about or post about things about how many calories I burned, how you are too.
They were saying hi, so I was saying hi.
Oh, you're saying hi. I'm so sorry. So
no, you're good. No, I was saying hi while you were talking. I was waving at him.
Got it. I think it's all about creating content that interests you, that's part of your life, and do it frequently. Do it a couple times a week for sure. Really prevalent influencers post multiple times per day. And then go into, so I'll tell you a couple places about how you can start to make money. So the first thing is figure out who you are, and in the description of who you are in your social channels, make sure you're very specific. I am a boomer, I'm a dad, I'm a brother, I'm a husband, I'm a son, and I like to write about lifestyle for adults 35 plus. Well, that's a whole bunch of things, but it tells them exactly who you're looking for, right? And who you're creating content for. Then you will have started posting content. And then there's a bunch of places where you can go to find out how to get business. There are influencer agencies like ferrismedia.com. Just type in influencer agencies into Google and look up a couple hundred of them. Go to their pages, click on the For Influencers tab, apply to their networks. And that seems to be, the first place people go. There's also platforms, just like databases that you can apply to. And it's just normal search stuff. So go and apply to everything. Put your stuff in and apply to everything. And eventually you'll start to get people who come in and say, hey, you want to apply for this campaign? The answer should be, heck yeah. Apply to everything. You might get one, right? And then once you get a couple under your belt, you'll go, oh, I get it. The next thing is this, and this is one of the secret things that I wanted to tell everybody about, is that you can be in a database, and the database will probably ask you for your name, the state that you live in, or perhaps the city, and what you write about, and then it'll ask you to put your links in, which is fine. The big thing is once you get picked for a campaign, you really need to tell who, or once you get, let's put it, considered. So this is before you're chosen and contracted. They'll say, send us your details. And then they should be kind of surveying you or getting to know you. They should be asking questions like, why would you be a good fit for this campaign? Tell us about your audience. Show us a link of something that you've done that could be considered relevant to this campaign. My advice to you is this. When we look at influencers and brands look at influencers and other agencies look at influencers to see if they actually qualified for a campaign, the first thing they'll look at is what channels do you post in most frequently? How many followers do you have? And in some cases, they'll ask you for what your engagement rates are. That means how often people engage with every one of your posts. If they give you a question or questions to ask, let's say that it is about mascara, right? But in this case, the client makes vegan mascara. And the question is, why do you think you'd be a good fit for this campaign? Don't just write, because I wear mascara every day and I like my eyes to look pretty. It's a vegan brand. Talk to that question, answer that question with a complete answer. Something like, My whole family's been a vegan for 10 years. I became a strict vegan 5 years ago. I've had a hard time finding vegan makeup. I need it because I'm allergic or because there's so many things that the makeup industry does to animals that's bad. Answer these questions with complete thought. Don't phone it in. Take the time to do it, because those are the things that people like me look at and go, aha, this person shows me they have an eye or an attention to detail. They have a personal connection with this brand or this topic. They're likely to create a great piece of content.
Excuse me.
Right? The next thing that we do is when they say, show us some links to content you could consider relevant, they're really looking at that for two things. They're making sure that you do, in fact, create that kind of content, but they're also looking at the quality of your work. Because our thought is, you're not going to send me a crummy post. You're going to send me the best possible post you can find, the best photography, the best video. You look great on camera, the product looked great on, whatever it is, the message was strong. So put the work in. And when they say identify your audience, don't just say adults 24 to 49. Put in something like, my audience is super cool. I'm so engaged with them and they really follow my content. And you can see that when you go look at my posts. I'm emotionally connected to them for these reasons, and they are for me. So talk about who it is, right? If we think about an influencer, like let's say Kim Kardashian, massive following, 40, whatever, how many gazillion followers she has. She's aspirational, right? Some people will look at her content and say, wow, I aspire to have a lifestyle like that because I want to have all the groovy stuff she has. I just said groovy. Yes, I did. But if you're a nano influencer and you've only got 1,000 to 10,000 followers, guess what? People feel like they know you. That influencer is probably communicating with you. You sent them a DM, they DM'd you back. You put in a comment, they commented back to you. That builds trust, and trust builds engagement and purchases and all those kinds of things that are important. Those are the kind of things that we really look for. Anybody can look at analytics. That's easy. I'm looking for the emotional connection, the good quality of content, and the honesty that they put into the response to me. Hopefully that helps.
Val also has a question for you. She owns her own business, and so what do you have tips for that kind of thing?
In a very saturated market. So, hey, Val, would you say, I understand saturated, has the price of the products or services that you offer, has it become commoditized? Meaning people are dropping their price just to get the business because it is oversaturated? Because if the answer is yes, then you need to find your big differentiation, right? What is it that makes you different? So let's see if Val put a comment in there.
Yeah, I'll wait for it. Hi, Hops. Welcome in the Pumpkin King.
Hey, Hops, what's up?
What's up? We call him the Pumpkin King because he does Halloween all year round.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool. I wish I could be Santa Claus all year round. So I should just keep what I'm doing. Patrick.
Yeah, your content's really good over there. Hey, Echo
0. Oh, I missed that one. Hello, I am
Michael.
From my power nap. Nice. President Kennedy used to take power naps all the time. 4-minute nap. Boom, boom, boom.
Right.
I never got any sleep.
Hey, Sean.
Sean, digging that mess, dude. I want to get back to Val. So Val, I think the thing is this: if you are in a,
I'll be right back.
Okay, I'll just hang out and talk with Val, and everybody else who wants to ask a question, because I can see them on the right side of my screen. So if you're in a very saturated market, I think you have to talk about what makes you different, and find it, because it could be the smallest thing, right? Something that could resonate with me, and I go, oh yeah, that is a differentiation. Somebody else might go, nah, I'm not feeling it. So you need to differentiate yourself on multiple points, multiple topics. So for instance, if we talk about Ferris Media as an influencer marketing agency, We have lots of differentiation. One is that we are full service. We are not a platform where you can go and do it yourself and click the influencer of the day, right? We're very, very detailed. Another thing too is my career has been in advertising, public relations, building early stage, web 1.0 websites up to, even today, owning a social media agency, owning a sponsorship agency, all these kinds of things. When you're creating a strategy or implementing a campaign, you've learned a lot from all sort of sources. My whole career is in the advertising industry, but all sources of advertising and marketing. So when somebody says, can you create a strategy for me? I'm going to say yes. And it's not just picking an influencer off of the platform and saying, I'm going to give you $500 to do a post. You can really think through these strategies and then say, here's what we think you should be doing based on this. So really put some thought into it. And it's hard to sit down and say, what makes me different? My recommendation is get a Sharpie and get some paper and write them down and tape them on a wall in front of you. Don't do it on your computer. That's too easy. Make it hard on yourself and start putting it up on a wall and going, yeah, that's not the most important one. That belongs over here. And why the hell did I write that? That was dumb. Everybody can do that. Like, make it a hard exercise for yourself. Here's another one. When I used to have employees, I've got employees now, but not like I call it the big agency. I had a big agency at one point. And people would come in with just problems. And I'd say, okay, I hear your problem. How would you want it to be different? Like, if you could control it, what would you do differently? And so that's finding, if you've got a problem, there's something about it you don't like and you would want it to be a different way, get somebody to tell you. And they go, well, I don't know. And then I'd say, okay, come over here. And I'd make them stand on top, take off their shoes, stand on top of my desk. And I would turn around and go to the other side of my desk and stand below them. And they'd say, why am I doing this? I go, just look at the problem differently. And 9 out of 10 times, they would come up with 5, 6, 7 different solutions because they would be laughing. It would free their mind space. I can't believe I'm standing on the boss's desk. But anything to get people out of their, like Patrick,
comfort zone,
just going outside, right? Go for a walk outside. Like, just get away. Get out of your mind and look at things from a different perspective. I think that's a big one.
Oh, you're welcome, Patrick. Anytime.
Oh, Patrick, heck yeah, dude. No problem.
That's why I wanted Patrick to come on here because he's a good friend and he's influenced me a lot and he's helped me a lot with like my social media and stuff like that. He's like, do this better or do that or do this, and I don't mind that. I take constructive criticism. I take it very well. So I don't mind like when somebody goes, hey, you probably shouldn't have posted that or you should have posted it like this or something,
I think that's a great thing to keep an open mind like that, especially, as you get older. There's 2 ways you can go. You can be really crotchety and say my way or the highway, or you can continue to learn, right? I've had 7 companies that have all kind of evolved from each other. And it's because I kept an open mind. Like, I like to listen to people, whether they are older than I and have lots of insight or younger than I, because it's a different generation and I continue to learn. Hell, I have a TikTok channel. Like, whoever thought that would happen?
Right?
Yeah.
And his wife is really, really nice as well. And she has her own business that she just started as well.
She does. Matter of fact, you guys here, I'm going to plug Debbie, but don't tell her that I did it.
She's probably listening because she said she was going to listen.
I know. Oh, did she? Well, I don't see her on here. She could be here. Go to Instagram and go to Debbie, Debbie Ferris, just like my last name there, Patrick Ferris, but Debbie Ferris. She has got an amazing ecosystem for learning how to position yourself to become an e-commerce giant or to actually learn how to market in a digital world. So she's very, very smart. She's smarter than I am. And she's just launched this new company. Definitely go check it out. My addiction beat me up. Finding myself was in nature. It gave me clarity. Yeah, Patrick, we talked about this, right? That's so cool. Oh, Michael, that's nice, dude. Thanks very much. Yeah, you guys definitely go to Facebook, go to Just Go Outside, like that page, and then go to Just Go Outside Facebook group and go enter that. You talk about introspection. It's so great.
Right. Yeah, he has really good content. I just watched one of his videos today and he was like outside. I think it was like a waterfall or something, or maybe it was yesterday. That was really cool to see.
Yeah.
And
That's how
mountains and stuff is so much fun.
Patrick's a cool dude too.
Yeah. So do you think where do you think you'll see yourself in the next 10 to 20 years? Do you think you'll still be doing what you're doing, or do you think you're going to try to do something different?
I'm really liking this influencer space. I think that the next place to really blow up is going to be affiliate marketing,
Mhm.
right? So affiliate meaning there is I don't know, let's just take a popcorn company because it's the upper right corner. And that popcorn company is going to pay you a commission when your followers buy their product. I think that's going to go ballistic. I think that would
Mhm.
be an amazing piece. I'm getting calls all the time now. Us Patrick have us together. Yeah, that's right, dude.
Um, so you're talking about affiliates. I'm an affiliate with Amazon, so I have an Amazon storefront. So in
Yeah.
the description box, I get paid on commission, so you guys can check out my storefront. I have a bunch of different things on there, and I get commissions if you buy something off of it.
Yeah, so go buy something. Um, but yeah, I think influencers, creators are going to continue to grow. It's on this big hockey stick, hockey stick swoop up.
Mhm.
And I think affiliates are next. And I don't quite have clarity on after that. I
Right.
everybody's going to become their own shopping mall eventually.
Right. Where
Yeah.
do you think your TikTok's gonna be in the next 5 to 10 years?
I would like to. Hmm, you know, it's so funny. I always wanted to be a game show host. I thought I would have been a great game show host.
You
Um,
would be. You would be. I'll make you some games and I'll send them to you and you could try it out.
Dude, I love it. I love it. We did that thing the other, whatever that was, a week ago or 2 weeks ago, where we did the uh, uh, treasure hunt in your own house. Like I'd say, go get
Yeah,
a spatula. And people would go running around and we were sharing screens. Everybody would bring spatula and whoever was the last one had to get off the screen. That was kind of
that
fun.
was fun.
Yeah, yeah. I think I like to have fun and I like to learn from people. I like to spread the message of truly good. Like you can do really well by doing good. Does that make sense?
Mhm. Yep.
Whether it's physical, mental, psychological, spiritual, whatever it is, you can do
Mhm.
by doing well. So or
Exactly.
do well by doing good. Yeah.
Right.
So
Exactly.
hopefully that's what that Boomer Daddy grows into is a place where I can help everyone do well by doing good, and having some fun while they're doing it.
Exactly. Well, you're always fun. You always tell the funniest jokes and then I go the next day and tell my friends the jokes.
Good, love it. I love it.
You know. Um the Boomer Daddy quiz show. Boomers against Gen Zs.
That would be pretty funny. That would be
I'm a
pretty.
millennial. I'm a millennial.
I would even like to see, because everybody picks on millennials, right? Um,
Mhm.
I would like to see like the competition of Boomer, Gen Z, Millennial, and Gen X is what's now, right?
Gen X, yeah.
Like four people on the screen. So
Mhm.
if the
Hey,
Gen
we
X,
can make I can
go
make
ahead.
that happen. We could do it. I can make it happen.
Oh, I think that would be so awesome. I think it'd be fun as heck. And so each person gets to ask everybody a question, and you keep going around and around and around, and for 5 minutes, and see who has the most points, and they become the
Oh,
winner. I don't know.
yeah, I can make it happen. We'll talk about it offline and I can make it happen.
I like it. I like it. Should be a my generation game show. Ooh, Michael, my generation.
Mhm.
Hey, Michael, can I use that name?
I'm sure. I'm
That would-
sure. Yeah. So I can make that happen. I can have up to 10 people on the screen. So we can make that
Oh,
happen.
that's really funny. That's a great idea. Hey, Michael, do we follow each other on TikTok? If there's if there's
He's a new subscriber to me.
Oh my gosh, well, great. Hey, Michael, come to that Boomer Daddy on TikTok. Follow me, and I'll follow you back, and then we get to hang out. Same thing with Sean. I know Patrick's here, so Michael, Sean, anybody else who's on or that actually sees this a year from now, come join. We have a lot of fun on that Boomer Daddy, and
Hold
and
on.
it really is. Really are people from 18 to their 70s. Everybody hanging out, having a good time with each other. It's kind of funny.
Yeah, it is. Hold on. I'm gonna get it now and put it down below. Thank you guys for the likes. We got 11 likes, so that's awesome.
Oh, that's great. Good. I love it.
All
And
right, guys.
yeah, because we're at the
Anybody else have any more questions for Patrick before we go? Because we have about like 20 more seconds or so. Let me know in the comment section below. And do you have anything you want to promote or anything that's happening?
Do I?
Yeah.
Sure. Go to ferrismedia.com, you guys, and click on the influencer button and register into our network if you want to be an influencer. If you can, follow me on TikTok because I'm trying to build that. And not on TikTok. Well, you can follow me on TikTok too, but Instagram. I'm trying to build my Instagram. I've only got a few hundred followers there. So
I got 1,000 on mine,
wow,
so I'll tell them to go follow you.
that would be so awesome.
I'm monetized on Instagram actually.
Are you really? Well, we have so much more to talk about. I think this is great.
All right, guys. I will probably be doing on Saturday. I'll be doing a review with K&K Reviews. Me and my friend Kyle. Oh, you had to reboot your computer. Oh, Val had to reboot her computer. So the question was Val. So we had a question up here when you asked this. Patrick wanted to ask you a question about that.
Oh yeah, Val. Did you hear my thoughts about being in the saturated market? Like, is it now at a point of being a commodity, so people are dropping their prices just to get the business?
Let us know, Val, before we head off
Oh,
of
yeah.
here.
Yeah.
So that way I can that way Patrick can answer that question. So what I was gonna say, I'm gonna be doing K&K reviews. Look for our YouTube channel soon. We're coming up with a YouTube channel soon. And we are doing Trick or Treat this Saturday on Kyle's channel at 10:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So go to Flex Movies and Pop Culture. I will be doing on my on Patrick's channel, or I don't know, it might be on my channel. We'll be doing Hallmark movies this Sunday, along with my 2-year YouTube anniversary celebration. If y'all want to come hang out, you guys are welcome to. You can come too. Debbie can come hang out too, Patrick.
When is that?
Huh?
When?
Sunday.
Sunday. Okay.
This Sunday.
So what time? Sunday?
So I'm gonna start at 7:30 p.m. and go until whenever. So whenever I feel like I want to hop off, I'll hop off.
Got it.
But it'll probably be going like 3-4 hours, something like that.
Fun. Okay, cool. Send me a reminder. I wrote it down, but I'll still forget.
I'll text you. Hey Patrick. So this is Patrick. This is another Patrick.
Have Cheetah will view. Meow.
He loves cats. So that's also another Patrick.
And the other Patrick too, the Patrick on Go Outside. Dude, thanks for the Instagram follow. That was super cool of you.
Yeah, that was very nice of you, Patrick.
Yeah, that was cool.
Parties at Katie's. Well, the party was over at you. You had 8 questions with, and you had a actor on, I think it was.
That's awesome.
So yeah, Val, let us know in the comment section below if you heard about it or not. I don't know.
Yeah, Val.
There.
Yeah, Val, if you didn't hear my thoughts, go ahead. There's a couple ways you can get me. You can direct message me on TikTok, and I'll get back to you. Or you can go to ferrismedia.com and just hit on the contact us, or or just send an email to info at ferrismedia.com. And then we can exchange emails, or I can call you or whatever, because I do have some thoughts.
Or you can also message me, Val, and I can get to Patrick too.
Oh yeah, sure.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I saw part of that before I hopped on here. It was a really good interview, Patrick. You did really good. He does so Patrick does 8 questions with, and he interviews all kinds of people, actors, actresses, directors, cinema photographers, content creators, all kinds of people. So if you ever want to go on his show, he also has Instagram and he's here on YouTube. So Have Cheeto Will View is his handle. So if you want to go check him out, you can.
Yeah, Patrick, I'll follow you, bud. We can get all the Patricks on the same phone at the same time, on the same stream.
Hey,
at the same
wouldn't it be funny if I got all of y'all on the same same channel?
Yeah, I need to work.
Oh yeah, if you, Patrick, if you need help working on your YouTube channel, let me know. I can come up with a banner. I can do all kinds of stuff. Let me know if you need help. Message me and I'll help you.
That's
awesome. All right, guys, we're gonna hop off here.
Katie, thank you, Katie, very much. Everybody else who joined, thank you so much.
Thank you for popping.
Thank you as well.
Thank you for popping on, and I appreciate you taking the time and hanging out. And I'm sure Miss Debbie will appreciate it. Tell Miss Debbie I said hi. Just stay there for a few minutes once I hit end the live.
Okay.
And I hope everybody in the comment section has a great week. And I will see you guys on Sunday. And I'll probably have a couple of reviews up. I'm still editing them, so look for those. And I hope everybody has a great night. And I love you all. Bye, everybody.
Bye, Katie. Thank you.